Consider this, just for a moment. What if the universe doesn't simply contain you? What if it relies on you? Not in an arrogant way, not as if you're the center of everything, but as if your awareness is a necessary window through which reality becomes real, to itself, and to you. And what if the life you're living right now, this exact timeline, isn't random, but a reflection of the state you keep returning to again and again? For a long time, we were trained to see reality through a very solid lens, a classical Newtonian world. Separate objects, clear rules, gravity, thermodynamics, cause and effect. A universe that runs like a machine and we're just passengers inside it. That worldview has power. It builds bridges. It sends rockets into space. It explains a lot. But it also suggests something subtle, that you are a small thing inside a vast external world, and the world doesn't care how you feel. Yet the deeper you go into the nature of perception, the stranger it becomes. Modern physics, philosophy of mind, even neuroscience, all start circling the same uncomfortable question. How much of reality is out there, and how much of it is filtered, shaped, selected by the one who is experiencing it? Let me be clear, I'm not here to claim quantum physics proves manifestation. That's not the point. Think of quantum ideas as a metaphor, a mirror that helps us talk about something deeper, the relationship between your inner state and the life you repeatedly experience. And this isn't medical advice, and it's not a replacement for real-world action. It's a lens, a practice, a way of becoming. Ancient teachings have carried this idea for centuries in poetic form. One of the simplest phrases is, "As above, so below," meaning the pattern inside you echoes outward, and the pattern outside you reflects inward. Not because the universe is a vending machine, but because your inner state acts like a tuning fork. And life, people, opportunities, outcomes, tends to harmonize with the frequency you sustain. Imagine reality as an infinite mirror, a living mirror, not judging you, not punishing you, just reflecting. A mirror can't show you a smile if you never smile into it. It can't show you confidence if you never stand like confidence is real. It can't show you freedom if you keep holding the posture of entrapment. So the question becomes, what are you constantly presenting to the mirror through your self-concept, your emotions, your assumptions, your identity? Now, people use words like timelines, parallel lives, quantum jumps. Let's treat that language carefully. You don't need to claim a literal multiverse to understand the core truth. At any moment, there are multiple ways your life can unfold. Not mystical ways only, practical ways. One version of you avoids the difficult conversation. Another version speaks clearly and kindly. One version stays in the old habit. Another version makes a different choice today. One version keeps repeating the same story about themselves. Another version decides the story is over. That's a timeline, a track, a pattern, a momentum, a direction of self. And your lived reality tends to follow the track that matches the identity you repeatedly inhabit. Here's the key. Your life doesn't respond most to your wishes. It responds most to your state of being. A wish is a spark. A state is a home. If you visit confidence once a week, but live in doubt every day, the mirror reflects doubt. If you flirt with abundance, but move through life as if everything is scarce, the mirror reflects scarcity. So this isn't about thinking positive. It's deeper than that. It's about the identity you return to when nobody is watching, the emotional baseline you keep calling normal, the assumptions you treat as facts. Because the mirror does not reflect what you want. It reflects what you are being. And here's why people get frustrated. The mirror has a lag. In the physical world, events unfold sequentially. You plant a seed, then time passes, then the plant appears. So you shift inward, and the old reflection might still hang around for a while. That delay tricks you into thinking your inner shift didn't work. But often the truth is, your state changed yesterday, and the external world is simply catching up. That's why persistence matters. Not force, not obsession. Persistence. You don't argue with a mirror. You don't beg it. You don't wrestle with it. You change what you're projecting, and you keep projecting it long enough for the reflection to reorganize. This is where the real work begins. Can you remain faithful to a new self-concept while the old world is still fading out? Let me give you an image. Imagine you willingly put on a virtual reality headset. But it's not a normal game. This game is designed to feel completely real. So the system includes one feature: temporary forgetfulness. You forget you chose the game. You forget you're safe beyond it. You forget you're the player. And suddenly, every hit feels terrifying. Every loss feels final. Every obstacle feels like a verdict on your worth. That's what life can feel like when you identify only with the character. When you forget the deeper self behind the eyes, the awareness that is capable of choosing again. So from that higher perspective, the harshness of life isn't proof that reality hates you. It's proof the game is immersive, and the purpose of immersion is experience, growth, discovery, creation. Now, this is important. When I say your inner state shapes your experience, I do not mean you should blame yourself for everything. Life is complex. People have trauma. Systems exist. Randomness happens. There are real hardships that are not solved by pretending. But here's the empowering part. Even when you can't control everything that happens, you can influence what happens next by choosing the state you move from. Responsibility is not self-punishment. Responsibility is power. It means I can't rewrite the past, but I can choose the direction of my being now. There's an old story about someone chasing fortune far away, only to discover later that the treasure was in their own land all along. The message is simple. We often search outward for the thing that can only be stabilized inward. Safety, worth, freedom, love, purpose. And when you finally claim it inside, your eyes start noticing opportunities that were always there, but invisible to the old identity. Not because the world magically changed overnight, but because you did. So let's make this real, right now. If you can, soften your face. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Take a slow breath in through the nose. Hold it gently, and let it out longer than the inhale. Again, in and out. Now ask yourself one question, quietly. What state have I been living in? Not what you say you want, not what you post online. What state have you been inhabiting? Is it pressure? Is it waiting? Is it resentment? Is it fear? Is it trying to prove yourself? Is it the feeling that life is always just out of reach? Just notice. No shame. Now choose a new state. One that matches the life you want to experience. Pick one word: freedom, peace, chosen, loved, powerful, safe, abundant, clear, respected, alive. Pick one. Now here's the mirror command. 3 sentences, simple, direct. Say them slowly, out loud if you can, or in your mind. This is who I am now. This is what I expect now. This is what life reflects back to me. And now, add feeling. Not hype, not forced positivity, just the quiet certainty of someone who has already decided. Let your body adopt the posture of that state. How does freedom breathe? How does peace sit? How does chosen look through the eyes? Even if it's only 5% right now, that's enough to begin. Now imagine the mirror of life. See it as an infinite surface in front of you, and see yourself placing a new image into it, not by begging, but by being. Hold it for 10 seconds. Now one more sentence, your personal anchor. I return to this state again and again. Because that's the secret. You don't do this once. You return. When you get triggered, you return. When the old story appears, you return. When doubt tries to pull you back, you return. That repeated return is how the new timeline becomes your track. So here's the takeaway. The universe is a mirror, not because it's magical in a childish way, but because your inner state shapes what you notice, what you choose, what you allow, what you persist in. And over time, the mirror must reflect what you consistently embody. So choose carefully what you project, not with anxiety, with devotion. And tonight, when you walk back into your life, walk in as the version of you that already belongs there. Because the mirror is listening, and it is always responding.